Hello, I'm interviewing Mr. Ed Kinser. He is formerly in the Air Force. How many years were you in the Air Force?
I was in the Air Force a little over 22 years, Rachel.
And what rank were you?
I was a major when I retired.
Tell me the different Air Force ranks.
Well, the Air Force ranks are very similar to the Army and to the Marines. You begin as an Airman Basic and you can go all the way up to a 4-star General.
What was your job there in the Air Force?
Well, I was an Air Force pilot.
And what did you do?
Well, for most of my career, I flew the C-130 tactical airlift airplane.
I know you served in Vietnam. What were some of your duties and were you scared?
Well, I had 2 tours over there, and I flew on one of them, and the other one I was a staff officer. And no, I was most of the time when I was out doing something, I was too busy to be scared, so I didn't really think about it at the time.
Tell me some of your memorable experiences of the war.
Well, there are lots of probably memorable experiences. Probably the most memorable one was the fact that I was just in another country and to see how other people lived and how they did things and what their country looked like. I think that was probably the most memorable part. There was also the part that was kind of scary when you realized that some people were actually could get hurt, you know, and it was really a war. People were really trying to kill other people, and that's kind of scary.
Why did you join the Air Force?
Well, I joined the Air Force so I could fly airplanes, basically.
And what was boot camp like?
Well, it was kind of interesting. I had never been away from home much before, and so it's one of those type of places where they give you 20 hours of things to do and only 10 hours to do them, so you were real busy all the time.
What did you eat at boot camp?
Oh, we ate real well. We had a dining hall, and the food was real good.
What rules did y'all have? You had to follow?
Oh, we had hundreds of rules. We had a rule for everything. We had to clean out from under our beds. We had to clean behind the lockers. We had to have our clothes done just so. We had to answer questions just so. We had to address the instructors and the other students a certain way. There was a rule for everything you did, just about.
What happened if you didn't follow these rules?
Well, they had a system of punishments, if you will. Some of them required you to walk extra tours of duty. Some of them required you to clean certain areas, all kinds of things like that.
Tell me about your uniform.
Well, the Air Force is the only service that has a blue uniform. So if you see someone in a blue uniform, you can safely assume he's in the Air Force.
What was your song?
The Air Force song is, that's an old song from before World War II, I think. Up we go into the wild blue yonder. You remember hearing that? Well, that's our song.
What was some slang used in the Air Force during the war?
Oh goodness, there is every word you can think of had a slang term for it, and some of them probably not printable. I can't think of one right offhand.
Was there competition between the different military groups?
Well, there's always a little competition, but mostly we compete within the Air Force. Our own units competed against each other.
I know you're a retired military, but still work on the Air Force Base. What exactly do you do now?
Well, I'm an exercise plans officer. We plan exercises in which our flying units are going to participate.
And now I'm going to interview Miss Betsy Kinser, so please step onto the camera, Miss Kinser. Please. What was it like having your husband in the Air Force? Is this really going to be
well, it was exciting because you never knew from day to day where he was going to be going or when he was going to be leaving when he was a pilot.
So was it interesting, or were you scared that he was going to be sent off to wars?
It was interesting, and no, I wasn't scared he was going to be sent off to war. I was sure he would be, because that's what he signed up for when he signed up in the Air Force, was to do whatever they told him to do, and there was a war going on. So,
thank you, Mr. Kinder, and thank you, Mrs.
Thank you, Rachel. We're just so glad to be here. Turn that thing off.